Oh man, I love it. How are you guys doing? Oh man, I am here. It is Friday night. Welcome to the show. It is Adam Cat. It is Jam Night. I'm excited about Jam Night. How many people out there are excited about Jam Night? I mean, I don't know how many people actually have listened to me play, but I'm assuming since you guys are, my subscribers, or hopefully many of you are, and if you're not, you should be subscribing below. There's a button you can, and click on to get notified when I go live, which is right now. I am live right now. This is my guitar. Her name's Eve. Actually, the chat decided what her name was. I didn't know what her name was, but she's definitely a girl because she is. Look at this. She's a beautiful thing. Man, I love this guitar. She is a beaut. Anyway, it's jam night. I'm going to be jamming a little bit. I am going to be talking about this whole, Swalwell, the Swalwell spy. I don't know if that's how it's going, but that's basically what it is. I got a couple articles we're going to be talking about. I want to reread this executive order that Trump put into place last month, basically saying about this exact thing. Then I'm going to talk about some of the implications that that executive order has to do with, because I find it really interesting. All right, then let's see what else we're going to talk about. We are going to then talk about New California and New Nevada. That's right, Fallout fans, we might be getting a New Vegas, a real New Vegas, meaning there's some seceding stuff going on. We'll talk about it. It's kind of crazy. And according to Elle, who's I was just on Carlin's show earlier today, informs me it's perfectly legal. And I have a little thread that she actually posted I'm going to be reading to you, and it kind of explains it. Then I'll talk about COVID a little bit, just not like anything crazy, like, it exists. It's a real thing. I noticed that I got fact-checked already by YouTube before I even went live. There's some COVID information. I don't even know why. All I'm going to be talking about is the reactions to COVID and some of the stuff, some of the vaccine stuff, some of the mask stuff. Nothing too crazy, but nothing that would be considered like, I don't know, needing to be fact-checked. But it seems all of my shows are getting fact-checked now, and I guess that's just part of the... that's just proving to me that I'm doing something right, I think, maybe. What do you guys think? I guess I'll leave it up to you. But then I'm going to talk about this awesome guy. His name's Alex Idrace. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his last name correctly, but I read this story, and it was fantastic. It was just, man, that is a story right there. And it's kind of old. I don't know. It's like 4 or 5 years old. But I don't care. It's just showing how incredible the American spirit is, and believing what the American spirit is, and thriving to achieve the American dream, and which is something to be said, because it is an incredible thing, the American spirit. And there's nothing wrong with it. I was just talking about this on Carlin's show a little bit, talking about how it's almost the same. It's almost a shame that you're not even allowed to be proudly American. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. I am a proud American. I love the freedoms that I have right here. I'm hearing from other people. They're like, I can't believe how not free America actually is. Now, these aren't Americans. They're looking out from another perspective. So they're looking from afar going, wow, this whole YouTube thing, you're not allowed to talk about this stuff anymore. This censorship is being dialed up higher and higher and higher as we go, and it's getting it's getting crazy. It's getting ridiculous, and I don't understand why it's going the way it's going. So anyway, we're going to talk about that, and this I want to tell his story, and there's a great a thread that talks about his whole life, and it's pretty incredible. The whole thread, and I want to read it to you guys. So, of course, the thread isn't appearing. Why isn't it appearing? That's odd. Oh man, what a shame. That's okay. I have the first part of it. Man, what a bummer. The thread is gone. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. I have an article about it. And that's the last thing I'm going to get to. Before we do, if you would like to check out my actual webpage, it's got all my videos on there. It's got my contact information. If you want to get in contact with me, you can donate to me directly. You can also send me physical mail. I have a P.O. box that's on there. P.O. Box 68, Brunswick, Maryland, 21716. If you'd like to, it also got all my skate videos. If you want to see, me skating, all my interviews are there, my deep dives, everything's kind of set up. Some original music is all set on there, but all my skate videos is on there. It's pretty cool. So you can check out me skating. I was skating yesterday in the garage skate park. Tim is more of a street skater, and I'm actually shocked that he built like a ramp system in the basement, which is dope because I love ramp skating. And he ended up building a street park, which is more his style of skating, but it is so much fun. Alex Onje, is that how you pronounce it? All right, cool, awesome, thanks for that. Let's see, Alex Onje, really? It's not what I would expect. Someone just Cam Pete just said you pronounced it wrong. It's Alex Onje. Love your vibes, bud. Keep fighting. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Normally I read super chats at the end, but I felt it pretty. I'm glad that you super chatted because I'm going to do a segment reading about Alex in a second. So it's kind of nice that you told me how to say it correctly. I'm going to spin this here UFO. Someone asked, Chad Engelby just asked, did Tim hurt his wrist? He did. He slammed ridiculously hard on in that street park yesterday. I watched it. He was trying to do a nose 5-0, nollie nose 5-0 on the ledge, and he slipped out and went right to his wrist. It was brutal looking. So I don't know if anything happened to it. If it is hurt. I'm gonna try something here. I just want to see how the sound. See how the sound is. Cam Pete, don't feel bad. I'm happy about it. Oh, that's way better, isn't it? Can you guys hear the guitar better? Oh yeah, that's nice, huh? So now the guitar's got a little bit of a mic system too, because I've got this backup mic. Any requests? I'm going to play a song before I continue my show. It's too late. If I was a younger man, I'd probably make the same mistake twice. The closer the heart is, the harder it becomes to do what's right. Even through the thick and thin, secretly we want to win. Well, I'm taking it back, taking it back, taking it back. It's time to confess our sins. Whoa, before this world you've built crumbles away. I've spent some time lost in my mind, disappointed. Oh, well, that's just the sting from expecting, and that's what you get. Oh, it's a simple sacrifice. Drop a little bit of pride. I know it's exhausting. Oh, I'm taking it back, taking it back, taking it back. It's time to find me. Oh, before this world you've built crumbles away. It started with cold feet, let me begin again. Hindsight's obviously the clearest option. I'm taking it back with all that I believe in. Everything happens, I won't fight the reasons. You say you've learned from your mistakes, that you're experienced. And then comes the day from left field, as they say, has left you in a daze. Oh, it happens all the time, a high tide of the mind, struggling for oxygen. Oh, and taking it back is the only option. Whoa, before this world you've built crumbles away. It started with cold feet, let me begin again. Hindsight's obviously the clearest option. I'm taking it back with all that I believe in. Everything happens, I won't fight the reasons. All right, there we go. That's taking it back. All right, I'm gonna get to the show, because the show is not actually a musical show. It just happens to be Friday. That means it's jam night. All right, time to get to the songs. I meant to the I would love to keep jamming, but all right. So first, we're gonna be talking about Swalwell. I don't know how many people knows about this Swalwell thing. And before we do, I see a lot of people in chat talking about how SCOTUS denied the Texas lawsuit. I don't know if that's true or not, but I see enough people talking about it. I kind of want to just poke my head into Twitter real quick and just see what that's about. Because if that's true, that's kind of crazy. And I'm assuming people are going to be talking about it if I just poke my head in there and into the Twitterverse. Breaking news, SCOTUS throws out Texas suit attempting to challenge presidential election results in 4 battleground states, granting Texas leave to file its complaint, but summarily dismissing it for lack of standing. Wow. I'm just reading. I'll pull this up, actually. Let me just show you guys what I'm reading here, just so I'm not alone with it. I'll read it out loud to you as well. This is Steve Vladek. Let's see who he's. A University of Texas law professor, CNN, and SCOTUS nerd. Okay, so he just says SCOTUS throws out Texas suit attempting to challenge presidential election results in 4 battleground states, granting Texas leave to file its complaint, but summarily dismissing its suit for lack of standing. And then here is the actual, let's see if I can zoom in on that for you guys. Can I zoom in? I don't think I can. Let me view image. Here we go. Now I can zoom in for you. Okay. Friday, December 11th. Obviously, it's today. The state of Texas motion for leave to file a bill of complaint is denied for lack of standing under Article 3 of the Constitution. Texas has not demonstrated a judicially cognizable interest in the matter in which another state conducts its elections. All other pending motions are dismissed as moot. Statement of Justice Alito, with whom Justice Thomas joins. In my view, we do not have discretion to deny the filings of the bill of complaint in a case that falls within our original jurisdiction. See Arizona versus California, 589 U.S., February 24th, 2020. I would therefore grant the motion to file the bill of complaint, but would not grant other relief, and I express no other views on the subject. That is pretty crazy, actually. Wow. I'm not sure what that means. Whether that means the whole thing is dead in the water. Let's see. He actually does a technical correction here. The court denied leave to file for lack of standing. Justices Thomas and Alito would have granted leave to file, but wrote to emphasize that they would not grant any other relief. It's the same bottom line. Okay, so it's essentially they're saying, feel free to file it, but we're not going to do anything other than let you file this. So that's pretty crazy. I'm not a lawyer or anything, so we're it's pretty crazy. I don't know. I see this being pretty ridiculous. I don't know what's going on today. I was doing some other things, and then of course I joined Carlin on her show for 2 hours. Shout out to Carlin Borisenko and thanks for having me join in. That was a lot of fun. over on her channel. She does a happy hour Thursdays, and I did have a little bit, but not enough because I knew that I had to join in and talk to you guys today. But this is pretty crazy. Now, I don't know if this means everything's done. You know, if the world is now, you know, I'm kind of speechless. I didn't expect this to happen. I see a lot of people that are going, "It's over. It's the end." You know, just scrolling through my Twitter feed. But it's pretty crazy today. Let me just pull up this is my daily thing. I try to do a daily thing about who do you think will win. Trump is up today like crazy. 85.5% from yesterday, 80%. It was 85.6 December 8th, a couple days back. 81, 79. It was hovering around 80%. Now it's up to 85%. Granted, I have a lot of people that follow me are Trump supporters, of course. So it's clearly biased. But what's going to happen? You know, are we 50% of the country believes that fraud happened, and you know that like I am afraid that Tim Pool may have been correct. Straight up. I fought him so strongly that there would not be any sort of civil war because I don't think that that's the case. I don't think most people want to fight. Now, I think that's still true. Most people don't want to fight. But when we talk about the original Civil War, most people didn't want to fight. That's the simple truth of what happened back in the first Civil War. Now, we're sitting here where people believe that fraud happened. We're seeing that China is excited about Biden being president. It's pretty insane. You know what? Let's go into my first segment because it kind of holds. It's exactly what we're all afraid of, and that's China taking over. Look at this. All right, so what is this? This is not. Oh, here we go. Get rid of that. Okay. A suspected Chinese spy slept with at least 2 mayors and got close to Democratic Representative Eric Swalwell in a years-long intelligence campaign, report says. Okay. Now, I was originally just going to talk about Swalwell and the whole connection between China and how that this spy has been infiltrating and talking to, you know, manipulating our government. And I mean, now that I'm reeling because there's a lot of stuff that the implications of the Texas case being tossed, or I don't know if it is tossed. I know that they rejected it in a sense. This is nuts, man. I don't know. Yeah, a lot of people are saying civil war is coming. It's like, I don't want that to be the case, but I have never been more afraid of it than now. I am not going to be blackpilled. I am going to remain optimistic. I have to. That is just the type of person I am. I believe most people don't want to fight, and the majority of the people manipulating don't realize how much they don't want to fight. You know, I don't want to fight. I don't want there to be a war. I don't want this to be the case. I still think that there's a lot of stuff that we don't know that they know. Now I say they, I'm talking about Trump's team and the people that are holding on to the damning evidence, for lack of better words. I don't like to swear, but I had to in this sense. So let's just read about some of these key points. All right. Fang, who is also known as Christine Fang, embedded herself in Bay Area politics and slept with 2 Midwestern mayors as part of a year-long Chinese intelligence campaign, according to an Axios investigation. She also fundraised for Representative Eric Swalwell and Tulsi Gabbard, both whom ran the 2020 Democratic presidential primary. According to the outlet, Fang returned to China in mid-2015 amid an FBI investigation into her activities. She has not returned to the United States since. Fang's story shows the lengths that Beijing goes to influence American politics, getting cozy with politicians earlier on in their careers so it can influence them later on. Axios Stories was published a day after President Trump's retweeted a video that purported to show a Chinese professor saying, "We have people at the top of the American core inner circle of power and influence." This video they deleted really quickly, but it doesn't matter. The internet is forever. It's out there, and they are straight up saying, we couldn't do what we wanted to do because of Trump, and good riddance. But now that Biden's in charge, it's a crazy video. If you haven't seen it, I don't even know if I can show it, but it is insane. What's even crazier is Pelosi says she knew of the congressman's ties. Why isn't it showing this video? Whoa. It's not letting me show this one page. It won't switch to it. I could switch to this one, but not to this. What is going on? That is weird. Let me open it in a new tab because that is crazy. What? Okay, this is insane. It's not letting me show this one article that I have pulled up, which is Pelosi says she knew of a congressman's ties to alleged Chinese spy in 2015. That's crazy. Okay, here we go. It's now showing. All right, good. All right, so I opened in a new tab, and it's now finally showing. So this is the one I'm talking about. Must have been some sort of a blip going on in my browser here. All right, so let's check this out. Nancy Pelosi learned of Eric Swalwell's ties to an alleged spy in 2015. She disclosed on Thursday. She knew about it. In the spring of that year, she told reporters in Washington the Democratic and Republican leadership in the House, along with the leaders of the House Intelligence Committee, were briefed about the matter. Leaders were informed that overtures of a Chinese person were being made to members of Congress, she said. When that was made known to the members of Congress, it was over, and that was the end of any communication with those people. I think we should make sure that everyone knows that they were being subjected to, but I don't know that it means that we have to background check every intern that comes into the Capitol. You mean they don't background check interns that go into the Capitol? Hold up. You don't do background checks to interns going into the Capitol, into our system of where our laws are all made? Okay, red flag right off the bat. Pelosi, I don't think you understand when you say things like this, what you're actually saying. You don't say this kind of stuff because that is ridiculous. I do think you should background check every single person that's going into government. We need to know where they're from and what kind of dealings they've had, if they are shady. Anyway, she continues, answering a question about potentially implementing background checks for all interns because the suspected spy reportedly placed an intern in Swalwell's office. Thank you. I can't believe this. This is ridiculous. There should be background checks to all of these kind of interns that are coming in because of that exact reason. Here she says, I do think that it's unfortunate that Mr. McCarthy is trying to make an issue of this, she said, referring to House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy. We all found out at the same time, the Republican leadership, that several members had been approached, which means you should go above and beyond to do background checks for interns, not say, oh, it happened. Well, we don't have to crack down on the rest of these people. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Man, Pelosi's mind is scrambled. This is really, it's not showing this website again? Okay, good. The suspected spy, Fang Fang, reportedly raised money for Swalwell in addition to placing an intern in his office. McCarthy, who is among those pushing Democratic leadership to remove Swalwell from the House Intelligence Committee, told reporters in a separate press conference that he was not briefed on the matter. Speaker Pelosi was notified. I was not. I am asking for an FBI briefing now, he said. But if she knew and maintained Swalwell on intel, wrong. He is a national security threat. I 100% agree. He is a national security threat. We don't know if he's compromised. We do know that he actually connected with the spy. What does she have over him? They are bragging that they have Biden in place so that they can make the moves that they want done. That's what this video that the President Trump retweeted, that's what they're talking about. Because they don't even care. They are openly bragging about the fact that they are able to manipulate Joe Biden instead of Trump. Trump was a wall between them and controlling the rest of the world. Straight up. That's what I'm seeing. It's crazy. Man, I can't believe this. Let's see. What else do we got? Look at this. So the FBI stepped in after a suspected Chinese spy got caught. Or why is my screen black? What's going on here? Oh, now it's popping in. Okay. FBI stepped in after suspecting Chinese spy got close to Swalwell and other politicians, report finds. This is basically reporting on what was found way back when. All right. I don't know. I'm sorry for the black screen. I don't know what's going on with my connection. Hopefully my internet is smooth. I don't know what's going on in chat. Yo, you guys need to stop talking war. I don't like the idea of civil war, and I don't want there to be war. Oh, this is a crazy day. I can't believe that they threw it out. We'll see. All right. Anyway, let's see. Suspected Chinese spy got close to a number of politicians, including Swalwell, and the FBI stepped in to disrupt the situation, even going as far as give a defensive briefing to Swalwell, a report found. I thought they didn't give him a briefing. And why would they give him a briefing if that's the case, if they suspect him to be burnt, in a sense? And they talk about the Axios report. So this is essentially reading the same kind of thing. I thought this was going to give a little bit of new information to light. What I find really interesting is this is from Ari Fleischer. He's a former White House press secretary, Fox News contributor. I don't know what's going on with my OBS. Here we go. He says, New York Times has yet to inform its readers that Congressman Eric Swalwell, who sits on the Intelligence Committee, had a relationship with a Chinese spy. Why not, New York Times? Is this more of them trying to cover for the people on the, shining the narrative of the truth versus their narrative, essentially? The New York Times, are you complicit in trying to not tell the Americans the truth? Now, look at this. This is Trump's executive order. This is from November 12th, 1 month ago, just under a day. All right. Executive order on addressing the threats from security investments that finance communist Chinese military companies. Okay. Now, looking at it from reading that, it's like, all right, well, what does that have to do with the rest of this? Okay, check this out. By the authority vested in me as the president by the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, including the international emergency economic powers of, it gives it directly, and the National Emergencies Acts and the Section 301 of Title III of the United States Code, I, Donald Trump, President of the United States of America, find that the People's Republic of China is increasingly exploiting United States capital to resource and to enable the development and modernization of its military, intelligence, and other security apparatuses, which continue to allow the PRC to directly threaten the United States homeland and United States forces overseas, including by developing and deploying weapons of mass destruction, advanced conventional weapons, and malicious cyber-enabled actions against the United States and its people. Okay, right there. Malicious cyber-enabled actions against the United States and its people. Now, keep in mind, I've got this other article up here, $400 million. The SEC filing links to Dominion, UBS, and China. Okay, UBS Securities is a Chinese company, and they spent $400 million on Dominion. Okay, now, bring that together with this executive order that I just read. Now I'm gonna read the rest of this. But malicious cyber-enabled actions against the United States and its people. Forgive the black screen. I don't understand why there's some sort of I don't understand what's happening there, but I'm going to continue reading this. Key to the development of the PRC's military intelligence and other security apparatuses is the country's large, ostensible private economy. Through the national security of military-civil fusion, the PRC increases the size of the country's military-industrial complex by compelling civilian Chinese companies to support its military and intelligence activities. Those companies, through the remaining ostensibly private and civilian, directly support the PRC's military, intelligence, and security apparatuses and aid in their development and modernization. At the same time, these companies raise capital by selling securities to United States investors that trade on public exchanges both here and abroad, lobbying United States index providers and funds to include these securities in market offerings and engaging in other acts to ensure access to United States capital. In that way, the PRC exploits United States investors to finance the development and modernization of its military. Now, keep in mind, they are invested in Dominion Software. UBS Securities is exactly one of these companies that he's referring to right here. Okay, that CCP can take whatever they want, and it is a Chinese investment firm. Okay, so UBS, buying into Dominion. Dominion was used in 28 different states in our voting systems. Now he's enacting. Let me finish reading this. Check this out. I therefore further find that the PRC's military-industrial complex, by directly supporting the efforts of the PRC's military, intelligence, and other security apparatuses, constitutes as an unusual and extraordinary threat, which has its source in a substantial part outside of the United States to the national security, foreign policy, and economy of the United States. To protect the United States homeland and the American people, I hereby declare a national emergency with respect to this threat. Okay. Because of this, and now all of this Chinese connection stuff has been coming out over the past month. People on my Twitter, when I posted this the other day, this week, it was like 2 days ago, everyone's like, old news, this was last month, like whatever. And I'm like, have you not been paying attention to all this stuff that's going on with, the UBS Securities owning part of Dominion, this Chinese spy, remember in Houston, there's the Chinese consulate closed because this was months ago, mind you, before the election. They had to close it down. China ordered all of the United States consulates gone. Like, we purged of Chinese consulates because they were spying on us. They said that. Why are people forgetting about this? Guess who went to the Houston China consulate? That's right, the governor of Georgia, who now we've seen this video of him asking the Chinese companies to come invest in Georgia. Remember, we're the United States, okay? We're not just simply America. We're the United States. Governors are essentially the presidents of their state, okay? So the governor of Georgia now is connected to, he's been seen in the consulate in Houston, which now we've proven to be a spy network for China, which is why they had to burn all those papers. They were burning papers, but we couldn't go in because it was Chinese territory. Okay, but we kicked them out. So what's going on here? How are people not making this connection? But here we have Trump making this executive order just a month ago, just on the 12th. It's the 11th. All right. So here we go. Accordingly, I hereby order, Section 1, the following actions are prohibited. Beginning 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, January 11th, 2021, any transaction in publicly traded securities or any securities that are derivative of or are designed to provide investment exposure to such securities of any communist Chinese military company as defined in Section 4 of this order by any of the United States person, and beginning 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, the same date, that is 60 days after a person is determined to be a communist Chinese military complex or company pursuant to Section 4 of this order, any transaction in publicly traded securities or any securities that are a derivative of or are designed by to provide investment exposure to such securities of that person by any United States person, Oh, this is all very, very long-winded stuff. All right, but look. I think this is in preparation, okay? This is preparation for something that is unprecedented. We are in unprecedented times right now. He declared a national emergency. There is everything that we're seeing might not have been the first time this has happened, okay? I don't know that, if it's happened or not. But I'll tell you what, though. The tension in the air between China and America is tight, okay? It's frightening, you know? It's pretty insane. And I don't know what's going to come from this. I'm a little nervous about what's happening going forward, because I don't know what the SCOTUS throwing out the Texas case means. 18 states, 19, 20 states have signed up and are involved in this now. That's a lot. That's a good chunk of the country. You know, if you look at the map on who's conservative, who's Republican versus who's not Republican, or, you know, who's Democrat, whatever, there's no Democratic state. There's just Democratic spots on the map. And sure, there's, you know, lots of people in these cities, but people in cities, it's expensive to live in the city. They're pretty much too busy working on their stupid life, or not their lives are stupid, but like their stupid jobs that they're paying too much to live in these cities, because they're into the system that's where they want you to be. Meaning the people that want to control everybody. They want you in these cities. They want you paying a landlord. They want you paying too much for everything. They want you separated because it's control, okay? And they don't pay attention. They do what they're told. That's the vibe I'm getting, right? I was in the city. I did my own thing. I didn't pay attention to politics. I didn't think it mattered. I didn't think it was important. Okay? But man, I'm seeing everybody in the chat going, it's over. That's it. It's over. Is it over? I don't think so. I don't think this is over. I think this is just making people more angry. They're getting more angry. Everyone has been saying for a month, like, all right, well, whatever. You know, Trump supporters aren't rioting. Well, most of them believe there's fraud. And I believe there is. All right? I feel like I'm riding this line on YouTube right now, because I don't know if YouTube's going to ban me, because I'm talking about the things that I believe, that I've seen. You know, what's going to happen? You know, I don't know. But I do know that there's people out there that are fed up with this, that truly believe that fraud happened, and that, you know, this is the end now. So what's going to happen? Now, personally, I don't think this is it. I don't think this is the end. I think it's still going to be, there's many cases going to SCOTUS. Okay, this is the Texas case. I don't know what's going to happen. I know that the people in charge need Trump to get out of the way, because the people that I think they're all bought out by China, to be honest. China straight up said they want the world under their boot. They think the world would be better off under their control, and that's what they're trying to do. Their 100-year, you know, plan, you know, they have it set 2025. The world is under their heel. I truly believe that if Biden were to ever become president, that would what he would do. It's because they would, you know, sell us out. Now I'll tell you this though, if that was the case. If Biden somehow becomes president, you know, all these states that are suing, they're going to secede. You think Texas is going to stand up for this? No way. Texas is so super American. All right. Classic American Texas. People in Texas, things are bigger in Texas. You know, they are American. They're proud of it. They fight for American. I know people in Texas, and they love America. All right. You saw when Biden brought his van in. There's nobody out there campaigning for Biden. It was the Biden train, as it were, was all Trump supporters following the bus saying, get out of our state. All right, you don't belong here. Oklahoma, you think these middle states are going to be like, yeah, all right, we'll roll over? No, all of them believe there's fraud. And all of them are fighting for transparency, not fighting just to fight. They're fighting to prove it. And all these Democrats are going, we don't need to prove it to you. You need to shut up and just accept it. Stop trying to fight us. You know what? All these big tech companies, come on, boot everyone out, ban anyone that talks about it. I'm to be honest, I'm surprised I'm still here. I'm grateful I'm still here. And I'm grateful for all of you for hanging out with me and, and supporting me. Smash that like button, spread these videos, share my podcast everywhere. It really does help me grow. And, I'm not going to, someone said in chat, now this is what really I find hilarious. Someone said, oh, I can't wait to see Adam cry when Biden gets inaugurated. You think that I would cry? You think that that's who I am? You think that this is a facade, that I'm strong in my convictions, that I would suddenly crack? You clearly don't know me at all, okay? I would get more political. I would talk about it even more so. I would join, I don't know what I would join, but I would be talking out against this. And you know what? I would probably be banned because I'm the person they don't want, all right? I'm going to be the one that is talking against them openly. And I'm going to be proving that they're going to shut me down. Guaranteed. If Biden gets elected, I'm not going to last much longer on this platform because I'm going to be talking that he cheated the election because it seems like he did. Now, I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that, but I've said it seems that he did. I'm not saying it for a fact, but we'll see. But to think that I would break down and cry? No, that's ridiculous. That's not the type of person I am. You clearly don't watch my show. What do I do when something bad happens? I look forward to the future and figure out how to fix it. I don't sit there and complain and blame others. That's the left. That's you over on the left. That's what you do. You victimize yourself. I'm not a victim. I won't be a victim if this happens. Okay? And most of these people that watch me, they're not victims. I believe that. Because you guys clearly watch me for a reason. You clearly connect with me on some sort of level. Because that attitude just pisses me off. Shut up. Stop being a victim. Do something about it. What are you going to do? Oh, you're going to complain? You're going to blame? You only have anyone to blame, just yourself. That's it. It's your fault. Okay? You need to take accountability for your actions. I do that for my actions. Okay? If whatever happens is going to happen, I'm going to accept it. But I'm going to work towards fixing it. Okay? That's how we do. I think that this is not the end. People being like, oh, it's the end. Oh, it's the end. I don't believe it's the end. You all think that it's the end. No. This isn't the end because patriots are still fighting. I'm still talking about it. I showed you earlier, who do you think is going to win? I've been doing this every day since right after the election. November 5th was the first hashtag I put. Spot poll retweet. Hashtag spot poll retweet. You can check it out on Twitter. It's all of my different, all of my same polls that I've been putting up every day to see who do you think will win? Trump or Biden? Trump or Biden? And everyone, it's overwhelmingly Trump. Most of my followers are obviously Trump supporters, but seriously, the Dems are clearly clueless if they think, number one, people are going to just brush this away and roll over. They clearly don't know the American spirit. They've clearly lost what the American spirit is, right? And two, well, I mean, that's pretty much it. One, they have no idea. They think that people are going to roll over and accept this. No, they're not. And see, we don't burn stuff down. Now, I say we, meaning people who are Trump supporters on the right side of things. They don't burn stuff down. I don't want to burn down someone's stuff because I know anything anyone burns down doesn't affect anyone that is making these decisions. Burning down anything in America isn't going to affect China over there. In fact, the CCP is probably just laughing every time they see a building burn from rioters burning down because they're angry. They're like, ha ha ha, we did that. Spicy take. I don't care. That's what it feels like to me. Man, I don't even know what my segments are today. This is ridiculous because everyone's acting like this is the end, and I can't stand that kind of attitude. You give up, you go ahead and give up. I'm not going to give up. I never will give up, ever. Sure, it may not get in. Okay, I don't believe that. All right, I'm standing firm, and even if it's the case, I still will say I think he's one of the best presidents America's ever had. Why? Because he wants America to be strong. He brought jobs back to America. That's incredible. He called China out for what it is. No one else was doing that. Everyone else was like, Joe Biden straight up and said, what did he say? China's economy being really strong is great for us. How? They've got all our jobs. All those manufacturing jobs that went over there and we can't even have anymore because of the regulations Obama put in. Now, look, I'm all about environmental protections and stuff, but no one's complaining about China pumping CO2 out from all its factories, creating a bunch of junk that they sell to us, which we buy because we've been told we need, right? When we could be making American-made products that are quality, that last. That's how it used to be, right? Remember those days? Probably not. Because they're a long time back. We don't have that anymore. Look, check this out. This is American made. This was my grandfather's level. All right, this thing is solid. Now it's wood. All right, this is back in the day when they made quality products. Look at this. This looks like brass. But it's an old level and it still works. It still works like a charm. And I'll have this forever. I love this thing because my grandfather used this. And I'll still use it. When I need a long level, guess what I use? This. This is a great tool. Now they're all made in China. Now it's all made from a factory, pumping out things. You know, you want to start a business? Oh, yeah. Just have China make it for uber cheap so you can make a killing in profit. It's like, man, when did the human race be profit-based? Instead of, striving for a stronger future. We are so comfortable in a bubble of just complacency, and that is the issue. We're comfortable buying stuff from China. This is the worst. I'm sick of it. We got to make our own stuff. Oh, I am ranting today. Man, I am ranty. All right. God, it's ridiculous. Look at this. Attorneys claiming to be representing the states of New California and New Nevada have filled an amicus brief in support of Texas-led lawsuit. Now, okay, finally it appeared. I don't know what's going on with my connection, but look at this. This is crazy. This is from the Bias News. It's clearly biased, but it doesn't matter. This is actually true. This this happened. They have New California and New Nevada. Check this out. This is from Elle. She was on the show with me earlier with Carlin on Carlin's show. New Nevada is a thing, and it seems pretty BA. Let's see. Introducing the New Nevada State Movement. Our mission is to inform the public of the advantages of peacefully forming a new state out of rural Nevada, using the methodology set forth in the U.S. Constitution and increasing personal liberty by strengthening the individual rights guaranteed by the U.S. Constitution and Bill of Rights. The movement. In the last election, the rural counties of Nevada voted in line with the provisions in the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution of the United States, and the Bill of Rights. Clark County voted progressive ideology on both of the questions and the candidates they elected. They are openly saying, we are done being ruled by the majority, okay? That's a true democracy, okay? The majority rules, all right? And that's not what we have. We have a constitutional republic. And this is what's crazy. These people on the left, they're fighting to save our democracy. They don't realize that they fight for minorities, right? Think about that. And a democracy is majority rule. If they had a true democracy, then minorities would stay minorities and would not have a say in anything. I'm not saying that's what I want. I'm calling it out. A democracy is when the majority rules everything, all right? So everyone gets to pick. Well, thank goodness that's not the way it is. So minorities can have a voice. See, they're going to trip up because they don't know. Well, do you want minorities to have a voice or do you want majority rule? Well, get rid of the Electoral College, but we need all of the minorities to have a say. Okay, that's why we are a constitutional republic. That's why it works. Okay, because majority rule would be crazy. Because this is exactly why New Nevada is trying to form New Nevada. Because of that. Yeah, look, New California. It's straight up a thing. Welcome to the state of New California. Our map shows our progress towards a vision of creating a new state within California. The maroon areas are counties that have joined in or are in serious talks with New California. The blue-covered areas have expressed interest in New California and are talking with us about next steps. If you are interested in learning more, please go to our main website, New California State. Look at this. San Francisco and Los Angeles. That's it. That's California. That's when you think California, you're not thinking about the rest of the state or the rest of the people that live there. And when you think about it, Oregon is run by Portland, right? The people in East Oregon are like, I can't stand Portland because they have such the populace that they choose these stupid progressive people. Now, I'm paraphrasing what I've heard them say. I'm not quoting them directly, but it's pretty crazy. Look at this. Some background. No state has been brought up into the Union who could not demonstrate their ability to govern themselves. New California will demonstrate a governance system as modeled by the U.S. Declaration of Independence, Constitution, and the Bill of Rights. At all times, representatives from New California would stand ready to work with California's state representatives and federal representatives to complete the separation process in an orderly fashion following all federal and state laws. New California is a new state in development exercising its constitutional right to form from the state of California. The process to form New California is authorized and codified in Article 4, Section 3 of the U.S. Constitution. New states may be admitted by the Congress into this union, but no new states shall be formed or erected within the jurisdiction of any other state, nor any state be formed by the junction of two or more states, or parts of states, without the consent of the legislators of the states concerned as well as of the Congress. So it seems like they would need California to accept this, which that right there seems like a big, huge wall. The U.S. Declaration of Independence states that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundations on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. So boom, right there even shows the previous sentence or the previous paragraph. Well, I mean, if that's not the case and you can see that they're being destructive, then it's the right of the people to alter and abolish it. Now, this is from the Declaration of Independence. So, like, I don't know if people are going to get mad at me for saying this. Or not people, I mean YouTube specifically. Let's see. We are looking for energetic leaders who want to form New California County committees. To contact committee members or find other interested in starting a committee in your own county, read ratification document and contact one of the ambassadors' names therein. And there's more in all this stuff. Let's see. New state news. New counties added in December. Sonoma, Santa Clara, Kern County joined New California November 18th. November CCR meeting scheduled for 18th at 1 p.m. Contra Costa, Fresno ratified charter and are admitted into New California. This is happening. New California. This is crazy. And this is the kind of thing that I see happening faster than, I mean, man, what? Trump becomes president of Jesus land? This is actually a thing. Someone posted a map of like the blue areas of the United States and added them into Canada and said the United States of Canada, and then all they straight up called the middle states red welfare states, which is so insulting because they have no idea the amount of stuff they get from the center states. Food, oil, water comes from the middle. They have no idea, these people. Gosh, they're so entitled. It's ridiculous. But they think they called it Jesus land. And it's like, I see these states separating now, and if this is the case, man, this is crazy. Then, of course, they deleted the tweet like, oh, man, this was probably not good. I probably should get rid of this. Oof. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen from this Texas lawsuit being put out. Yeah, I got a lot of super chats talking about it, so I'm gonna continue talking about it after in super chats, but I'm gonna move forward. All right, so I'm gonna talk about COVID. Now I've already gotten fact checked below something about COVID, right? Do I see some sort of COVID thing? It must be the auto algorithms, just because I have COVID in the title of this. Now I just want to talk about the fact that there's people dying from the vaccine. Look at this. Let's wait a second, because I don't know why this is not. There it is. Volunteer in AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine trial dies in Brazil. All right. And there's other stories I'm hearing of people dying from vaccines. A Brazilian volunteer in AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine trial has died, they announced on Wednesday. The Brazil National Health Surveillance Agency said it was notified Monday of the participant's death and received data from the investigation into the matter. The Federal University of Sao Paulo, which is helping coordinate phase 3 clinical trials in the county, also confirmed the death. Now, I don't need to really go into this. Just the simple fact that people from a vaccine, when the vaccine itself has about a 95% chance of working, and our immune system has about 99% chance of working. This makes sense. I'm very logical. I like to follow the logic in things, and I see this kind of stuff, and I just don't how it makes sense. They're reporting that the vaccine doesn't help stop the transfer of the virus. It doesn't stop. You're still gonna have to wear a mask. Have to. Oh wow, am I being? Look at this. I'm being throttled. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Of course, as soon as I start talking about this kind of stuff, that's why. Why, YouTube? I'm just reporting what actually happened about this, okay? Look, I want to show. I'm just going to keep moving, though. This is from Albanians' protest after police shoot a man after violating teen curfew. This kind of stuff is happening all over the place. They straight up shot him because he was out and about. All right? Australia, in Victoria, they're locking it down because why? Why are they locking it down? My body, my right. What happened to that, right? It's getting ridiculous. I'm so fed up with this. There's warnings. The UK warns people with serious allergies to avoid Pfizer vaccine. Why? Is that because that doesn't have the RNA altering sequence that prevents the placenta from being formed in males? Because that's a thing. I don't know if you know that. I reported on that the other day. Wow. I guess YouTube has cut me off. I don't know what's going on. Somehow my internet has been jacked up, which is BS. No one's using the internet. I mean, it seems to always happen, huh? Right when I'm talking about specific things. Look at this. Hopefully you can see it. This is from Elijah Schaefer. He posted this today. I thought it was hilarious. Look, so there's a dude about to go speak. He doesn't have a mask on, notice. Play this. Puts his mask on. Like, I should put this on. Put it on. All right, I'm going to put my mask on, grab my stuff, walk out to what I would assume is where you can see me, and take the mask off. What? It's from the Department of Justice? I don't even know what this is, but it's embarrassing. Man, you guys aren't even hiding it right. All right, it's ridiculous. I am just getting so fed up with this kind of stuff. I can't believe it, man. It's so ridiculous. This is getting out of hand, right? Which is it? Will you make up your mind? Do masks work or not? Because if they do work, cloth masks aren't going to work. Putting your shirt up like this, there you go, you're protected. No, particles still get through this kind of stuff. There's no regulation on what mask's supposed to be. You're just supposed to cover your face. That's what it is. Now, I'm not trying to call into question the validity of masks at all. That's a whole nother conversation. I think it's ridiculous, but I've been going all day today, so I like all episode. It's 7:30. I can't believe it's been an hour already. I'm gonna read some super chats so I can play a tune or two at the end here. Let's see. Gray Gamer says, "To DC we go." Yes, tomorrow is a huge rally for Trump in DC. So we'll see how many people show up. Triple R says, "So if Joe Biden does not get into office, does this mean we're not getting bad calf care?" Oh yeah, right. His Obamacare, Biden care, whatever. I sure hope not. I'm not even sure how to spell it, much less know what it is. Yeah, I don't know what it is either. It's pretty insane. Wow, am I locked out? I don't understand. This stream suddenly is just being cut. I don't know what's happening. This is crazy. All right, I'm just gonna keep it moving though. Death by thank you for that super chat. Casperia says the next spin of the die will be a 5. Just say it. I just said it. I'm gonna roll. It's a 15. It wasn't a 5. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, it wasn't a 5. I'm sorry, everybody. It seems like my stream is down. Of course, it happens when I talk about the spicy stuff that I want to talk about. And geez, chat is going crazy, saying that they cut me off, which is unfortunate. But I do want to keep going because I do cut this into a podcast for those who listen on my podcast. I do appreciate you listening. Thank you very much. So that was a little shout out. I'm going to spin the UFO. This is for the people who are listening. For the, oh no, I think this thing just died. I spun it. It is spinning. Don't worry. It's spinning for all of you. All right. Death by Thank You says, you go for a month to do schoolwork and you come back and the country is on front lines and a Chinese spy network in China has been, have you did another super chat? Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Triple R says, I've never seen these election dispute flags on YouTube on any video. I just removed the script from any showing up in my browser. Problem solved. Right on. Cam Pete said, you pronounced it wrong. It's Alex Owns J. You know what? I didn't even get to that story. And I want to give it proper due. So I'm gonna cover that on another day. But thank you for filling me in on that. And thank you for saying you love my good vibes. I appreciate that. Black Magic says, in 1980, the USSC ruled in the case of Pruneyard versus Robbins that when a private company owns the public square, they can be held subject to aspects of 1A. When will this be applied to the internet? Thank you. We have to change these regulations because we need protections on the internet. Hands down. We absolutely need it. Casperia says, you have COVID-19 warning at the bottom of your vid. You should put COVID and election in the title next time to see if they double up the warning. Good point. I should test that out to see what's the deal. Cam Pete says, I feel bad. Don't feel bad. I appreciate you correcting me. Thank you for that. Robert Wiles, I wanted to tell you this story. I got bullied a lot when I was a kid. The only way they would stop was when I kicked one in the nuts with my fake leg. Be blessed. Wow. Well, I'm glad that you stopped being bullied. It unfortunately had to come to violence. That sucks. Josh and Jesus says, shoot 'em up by Tupac. Okay, good song. Jason Dixon says, feels like there's only one other recourse. God help us all and forgive me for what happens next. Hashtag Texas need to leave the union. Man, it is insane what is going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. Visidia says, you asked what Susan Rice has been doing yesterday. Got me wondering. She has been on the board of Netflix. Still then when they made Cuties, I didn't think it was possible, but I actually like her less. Goodness sakes, that's ridiculous. Let's see. The Dallas Deadeye says, FBI let Fang Fang skip the country. FBI is compromised. It seems like they were investigating her. They knew. I don't understand. Why would they let her? I mean, that could be it. KBTV says, Congress doesn't react when one of their own bang, bang, fang, fang, but will knee-jerk reaction lockdowns over a virus with 99.7% survival rating. I don't see the problem. Love the show, brother. Thank you, KB. Appreciate that. SB says, Republicans and most people at the end of the day just want to be able to go about their day. There might be some dust-ups, but not a war. One thing we all agree, we hate war. I foresee new parties going forward. I agree with that, for sure. Shagaroth, Adam, none of us want war, but a great man once said, the tree of liberty must be refreshed with the blood of patriots. Yeah, I've heard that before. Abigail H says, check out the reports of Chinese military being trained in China, or in Canada. I have seen this, and I've seen the actual receipts. And not only that, Canadian forces actually went and practiced in Wuhan, which is also unusual in those same receipts that I read, which is crazy. Jason Dixon says, you don't have to worry about it, Adam. Many of us are comfortable with violence. You just got to keep reporting the honest truth as you see it. You have my respect, and if need be, protection. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. I don't have any plans with stopping my show. I will continue it no matter where it is. I am now I'm making my other platforms now, and yep. The only thing that'll change is possibly this beard and the length of my hair. Chief Strider says, SCOTUS just tossed out the 20-state lawsuit. It's over. Well, I definitely have talked about that enough. Matthew Perkins says, well, I wonder if SCOTUS packing really matters anymore. Moving to a red state, Florida, next year once my lease is up. Right on, right on. Yeah, and we'll see, won't we? USAF Gunner says, check out this article about TB vaccine and COVID since you were talking about it today. Google tuberculosis vaccine may help protect against COVID-19 medical news article regarding SCOTUS. It's time to make the grass grow. Oh, man. Nate G says SCOTUS did not dismiss the Texas lawsuit. In fact, they are allowing it to go forward. They denied injunctive relief or immediate action. Fake news trying to demoralize by claim dismissal. That makes more sense to me. And as I said, I don't believe it's over. Right on. Lance Johnson says, for the war fund. Just kidding. Never change. I don't plan on it. Josh and Jesus says, I'm so angry, I'm shaking. Every part of me wants to go out tonight and beat down the first leftist I see. No, see, this is what they want. Don't do that, Josh. That's not going to help anybody. That's only going to get you in trouble. You need to hold yourself accountable for your actions. Those would be your actions, and you would have to be accountable for those actions. Do not let you be manipulated, just like was just said. Who said that? Yeah, Nate G. They're trying to do this. They're trying to get you to do that. So, Josh, keep the faith, man. Believe that everything's going to work out fine, because it will. All right? Chad W. says, you might start a channel on Rumble. At least have a backup over there. The next purge is coming. We'll see. We'll see. Lady Feline says, I might be psychic. Yesterday, Taking It Back randomly popped in my head and got stuck there. Then you played it for Jam Night just like I wanted. Right on, Lady Feline. I'm glad that... That's cool. I love that. I love that psychic connection. Silver Down Under said, Rumble hi from Australia. What up, Down Under? Colostomy Baguette says, brother, you inspire all of us that matter. I would go down in flames standing with you, man. We are on the right side of history. Screw big tech. I'm inclined to agree, and thank you for those words, Baguette. Charmed says, never lose hope. I never will. I never will. KB says, Japan awoke the sleeping giant. Just wait until we have a common enemy. The sleeping giant will awaken if provoked, fortunately or unfortunately. There's some truth in those words. Nate G again says, Texas lawsuit moving forward. This is good news. Only injunctive relief denied. See, as I said, I don't really understand what it means and what's going on by it. But I think most people jump to conclusions and make assumptions, which I try not to do. Arthur, and thank you for that super chat. Jason says, hashtag I'm your Huckleberry. Good to know. Good to know. Triple R says, as my man Will Smith said in Independence Day, I ain't heard no fat lady. There it is right there. See? I'm exactly. That's exactly where my head's at. Edmundado says, no lie, that antique level is probably worth a ton of money and actually should be in a museum. Yeah, maybe. It is quite old. I love it, though. I'll never give it into a museum. It was my grandfather's and will be my grandchild's one day, pass it down. Jose Leon says, like the populist movement that President Andrew Jackson led, if Trump loses the movement will rise stronger. If we don't back down now, we will never. The Patriot Party. I think that's going to be the thing. Patriot Party, yo. With a lion. This is a friend of mine actually drew this as a fellow skateboarder. The Animus Code is her sticker / art company. Pretty awesome. But I like the lion head. Let's see. Trent says this potential may be happening. Civil war really comes down to big blue cities and deep state and everything else. Yeah, but they don't have food. They don't understand. They're not thinking ahead. They're blindly running on emotions. Ivan Rios says Civil War time. Get ammo, dry food, and gold. I don't know if I agree with that. A lot of people are saying it, but I don't know if I agree with it. Super Dank says, I live near the heart of Portland. I hate what has happened to the city. Can't wait to move to Eastern Oregon. I am more than happy to leave this place in the rear view. Keep up the positivity, Adam. Thank you, Super Dank. I will. Sensoka says, for the sake of clarity, the first Koof article said the doctor who passed away got the placebo, not the vaccine. Ah, interesting. Okay. They would say that, wouldn't they? Jason Dixon says, I was booted off your stream again. I don't understand what happened. Sorry, thanks for coming back. Logan Tuft says, I just want to say thanks for being an outspoken voice for freedom and reason. My pleasure. My pleasure. Luminous, big fan. Keep it up, my dude. I will. Thank you. Death by Thank You says, I meant Chinese spy ring is exposed. Usually one spy equals more inside not exposed. That's why it pissed me off that Pelosi was like, yeah, I knew about it, but whatever, it's over. What? Pelosi, you must be part of the spy network then. If that's what your response is, the only response is background checks for everybody, period. You know what I mean? Like, how would they not instantly go, we need to background check on every single person that comes into this building, period. No questions asked. No, like, that's it. If you don't agree to it, you're a spy. Get out of here. That's it. It's crazy. Stefan Luna says, you're the man. By the way, saw you on the news on election day. Good stuff. Right on. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I flew 1,900 miles to vote. It was absolutely worth it. Thank you for that super chat, Eric. Josh and James says, I'm not actually doing that, just blowing steam. Right on. Good. I'm glad that that's not what you're actually doing. Viking Insane says, leftists are not held responsible for their crimes. It seems like it, right? Ribs exposed. To quote Adler from Cold War, we've got a job to do. Good game, too, right? Corpus says, Adam, would love to reach out about joining your show now and again if you would be interested. Not a big name, but have many of the same views and hobbies. Right on. I'm kind of getting into the flow of doing my own thing. Probably won't happen, but thank you for your interest. And Eric, thank you again for that super chat. All right, I've got, how much time do I got? Oh, I got like 15 minutes. Awesome. Good. It's jam time. All right, so if anyone would like to hear a song, you can request one. You know what? I haven't had whiskey on my show in a while. I got a little bit of Macallan 12. It's not my favorite, actually, but it's still pretty smooth. I figured I might as well finish it. Cheers, everybody. It is Friday Night Jams. I miss jamming with you guys. You know, it's fun. I don't get enough jam time. New internet is coming soon, which means I won't have to really worry about getting off at 8 o'clock. That's really the reason why I get off. But Grayman says you should interview Barricade Garage. He has a channel on YouTube. That's interesting. Oh, let's see. I got some Freely. All right, Freely. I'll play Freely. I love that one. And then someone said Walking With You. Let's see. What else? See if there's any other... Well, those are two songs. Let's play those two. Cheers, everybody. Michelle Benda says, great show. Be bold, brother. I will. Thank you, Michelle. Appreciate that. Rolling the die, everybody. I just rolled the die. Life sucks sometimes, but when you realize it's not so bad, just move along. What choice do you have? You choose where your mind spends all its time. When it all comes freely, it's wonderful. Let it all come crashing like the ocean tide. Climb up to the top of the mountainside and scream it out. Don't hold it inside. When you find a smile, naturally, that's the magic, don't forget it. It'll help you see. In the dark, in the night, when you're trying to find your way and you've lost your sight. When it all comes freely, it's wonderful. Let it all come crashing like the ocean tide. Climb up to the top of the mountainside and scream it out. Don't hold it inside. When it all comes freely, it's wonderful. Let it all come crashing like the ocean tide. Climb up to the top of the mountainside and scream it out. Don't hold it inside. Cheers, everybody. Cheers. I appreciate you all for hanging out and listening to me play. Let's see here. Death by Thank You said, also thank you and the other cast for you do. Right on. Thank you. Appreciate you. I don't really talk to the other cast anymore, but so I won't let them know. But thank you very much for your kind words. A Buddhist Thinks Out Loud says, lifelong Texas here, born and raised in Austin. Secession? Not yet. States should reassert their sovereignty and reject federal control. Ooh, interesting take on that. Let's see. Alex Gay says, miss your commentary on Tim's show. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, I will, nothing I can do about it. It is what it is. So I'm doing my own thing now. So here we go. Took a walk tonight with my love, and all the cats are in the streets. Like us, we're trying to find a way home. Yeah, face life and land up on their feet. I'm talking about those little things. Little things that make you sing and feel alright, a natural high inside, like sunshine and rain. Fresh coffee to start my day. Well, I'm just glad I found my way home with you. I've been walking it so long, but now I'm walking with you. I've been walking it so long, but now I'm walking with you. I've been walking it so long, but now I'm walking with you. I've been walking it so long, but now I'm walking with you. Sun sets along that colonnade. All good dogs and bad are on their way. Like us, they're trying to find their peace of mind. Yeah, face life and its insanity. Talking about those little things. little things that make you sing and feel alright, a natural high inside, like a sunshine and rain. A fresh coffee to start my day. Well, I'm just glad I found my way home with you. I've been walking it so long, but now I'm walking with you. I've been walking it so long, but now I'm walking with you. I've been walking it so long, but now I'm walking with you. Now I'm walking with you. Yeah, I'm walking with you. And I felt it from the start, a connection from the stars. I've been walking it so long, but now I'm walking with you. I've been walking it so long, yeah, but now I'm walking with you. Now I'm walking with you. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Hey, Patty, you just said Adam shouldn't be negative about Tim. I'm not. I appreciate Tim. I still skate with Tim. I have a lot of respect for him still. I just I don't know what you're talking about, where you're getting that information from, because I'm not negative about Tim at all. That's a silly comment there, Patty, but I appreciate you hanging out. Any other songs? I'm any other, I'm just watching. Oh, by the way, Black Magic won that. It was 4, and I was actually watching while singing. Somehow I was able to do it, and remember, Black Magic won that dice game. You didn't win anything, but congratulations, Black Magic. You won absolutely nothing. So cheers to that. Maybe I'll play Melancholy Hellhound. I haven't played that one in a while. Well, I don't want your money, I just want some wine. Yeah, give me some of your honey, I promise I'll take my time. Oh, welcome to the party, it always feels the same. Yeah, well, I find myself growing senseless to the pain. Yeah, you can stretch and crawl to figure it out, but in the end, it's just me. Oh, I don't want your pity, and I don't want no lies. Yeah, life gets shitty. Oh, and then you die. Oh, welcome to the party. Try not to lose your way. Yeah, it's like trudging through the muddy waters without faith. Yeah, you can scratch and crawl to figure it out, but in the end, there's just me. Oh, well, I still get that feeling, yeah, of judgmental eyes. Only difference being it's just not worth my time. Yeah, I welcome all that heartache. It brings tears to my eyes. Yeah, all those tears remind me I'm alive. Yeah, you can scratch and crawl to figure it out, but in the end, it's just me. All right, how much time do we got? 5 minutes. I got time for one more song. Thank you all for hanging out still. It's fantastic. You guys are great for hanging out. If you haven't smashed that like button, smash that like button for me. You can also go to my website, adamcrigler.net, and follow me everywhere I go. I'm going to be posting everything all over that website. It's going to be great. I'm going to play one more song. I don't know what I'm going to play, but I am feeling this energy right now. It's feeling really good. What song should I play? Daniel Corner says, any studio recordings of your song planned? Yes, I really want to record my stuff. I just haven't yet, but I will. All right. 01 says, find yourself. Bunch of people are saying Freebird. Come on, I can't do that. Let's see. Big Boy SCOTUS just voted 7-2 to not hear the Texas case. I don't know what's going on because I'm hearing both sides of the stories that they're not. Did they just announce that they're not going to hear it? Because an injunction is a little different, isn't it? Michelle Benda, thank you for that super chat. I appreciate that. All right, here we go. All the saints are calling all the masses. They want your soul. Go pay all their taxes. Don't fear your belief of what you are inside. Hold it dear. It's a truth that they're trying to hide. Recognize the first stage of trouble. Open your eyes to disguise. Start searching deep in your soul, deep inside your soul, and find yourself. 'Cause no one else will find yourself. 'Cause no one else will. Hey, can I get just a little taste? A salivatic little getaway? Or are you on your knees, swallowing the answers? Authority, see, they don't take chances. Are we blind? It's a crime that we can't ignore. I think it's time we show them that we'll take no more. Recognize the first stage of trouble. Open your eyes to disguise. Start searching deep in your soul, deep inside your soul. Find yourself, 'cause no one else will find yourself, 'cause no one else will. We must unequivocally disobey. Help me, Horace, let me seize the day. With a Guy Fawkes mask, true determination, anonymous bliss who controls the nation. Are we blind? It's a crime that we can't ignore. I think it's time we show them that we'll take no more. Recognize the first stage of trouble. Open your eyes to disguise. Start searching deep in your soul, deep inside your soul. And find yourself. So no one else will find yourself. So no one else will recognize the first stage of trouble. Open your eyes to disguise. Start searching. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. It's 8 o'clock. I'm out of here. You guys are the best. Thank you for hanging out. Yeah, that was Find Yourself, all original music done by me. Have a wonderful weekend. I'm going to be streaming Cyberpunk on my Twitch channel Twitch TV/Adam Crigler. Yep, and I will see you all next week here on Adamcast IRL. Thanks for joining in, and have a wonderful weekend.